Okay folks, just a quick one, just to make sure that the tune that I did yesterday doesn't go over with any other pellets. So got 8 different pellets ranging from 19.8 grains down through to 16.2, plus some lighter 14.4 grain pellets. See how they do through it. It's not always the heaviest pellet that's going to be the most powerful. It's the most efficient down the barrel, the one that fits best and everything. So I'm going to start off with the heaviest, move way down. Now all the pellets in this have weighed, and the way I did it is I started sorting the pellets out until I got enough to fill a magazine, and that's the pellet I went with. So Webley laser mags weigh 19.8 grains, H&M Barracuda Hunter Extreme weigh 19 grains, Bsa Fuels weigh 18.8, H&M Barracuda Hunter weigh 18.5, JSB Exact Jumbo weigh 18.13, that's the only one of the group that's on form. JSB 8 is 16.2 grains, Air Arms Diablo Field 16.2 grains. On the tin it says 16, but the first 10 was 16.2. And then we've got the Barracuda Silco Super Diablo, should be 14.3, but these came in at 14.4. So we'll get on with the test, and hopefully nothing goes over the 12, so we'll get on with it. Okay, so the first one is the Webley Venom laser mag. They weigh 19.8 grains. Fired 10 shots. Top right hand target.
Nine. 8. 9.5. 9.8. 9.8. 9.7. 9.8. 9.8. 9.9. 9.6.
Is that all of them? One left.
Nine. 5.
Okay. So as you can see, just because the pellet's heavy doesn't necessarily mean it's going to give you more power down range. Okay then, let's see what that was, feet per second. We've got an average of 470, a high of 476, low of 464, so that's a spread of 12, standard deviation 3.7, so it's doing well. So next one up is the Barracuda Hunter Extreme at 19 grains. Strangely enough, for using an accurate pellet, Okay. Oh. See how these fit the barrel.
.0
So these fit the barrel better.
11.2 10.6 10.5 10.2 10.1 10.3 10.2 10.2 10.0
Okay. Just check the air on that. So that's about 120 bar now. I didn't fill it up. So the next up are the Bsa Fuels, and they weigh 18.8 grains. Looking at the Ultra Extremes and feet per second, average of 497, high of 515, low of 487. That's a spread of 28, standard deviation 8.7. Okay. So it's Bsa Fuels.
Ten point 5 10.7 10.3 10.3 10.7 10.2 10.9 10.3 10.0 10.4
So, feet per second then. We've got average of 499, high of 510, low of 489. That's a spread of 21, standard deviation of 6.1. So the final one up in this group of 4 is the Barracuda Hunter. getting that safety.
9.6 9.6 9.7 9.3 9.7 9.5 9.7 9.6 9.3 9.2.
That's 10 shots. Average of 481, high of 485, low of 473, spread of 12, standard deviation 4.1. Okay then, so the next batch up, we'll start with the JSB at 18.13 grains. And if any's going to send it over 12, it'll be this one, I think.
Ten point four. 10.7 10.1 10.7 10.6 10.5 10.4 10.4 10.6 10.4.
Right, not what I expected, to be honest. Okay, so feet per second, average of 510, high 515, a low of 501. So that's spread of 14, standard deviation of 4.1. So it's still pretty good there. Okay then, next up are the Hades. Right. These coming at 16.2 grains.
Eleven point two.
Quite efficient.
11.2.
Quite accurate.
11.1. 11.1 10.9 10.9 11.2 11.2 10.9 11.0
So an efficient pellet. It's the JSB 80s. Feet per second then. I mean they're the results I wanted all the time. But it just shows you this, a pellet fitting in the barrel make a difference. So feet per second, average is 554, high 559, a low 550, so that's a spread of 9, standard deviation of 3.7. So that's more or less what the air arms were doing yesterday. So they're the pellets that this rifle lights, or the regulator lights anyway, the tune. So obviously you can tune your rifle to the pellet. Alright then, so air arms come up next. Same again, these are weighed and they weighed in at 16.2, the same as the 80s.
Eleven point 0 10.6 10.8 10.7 10.6 10.8 10.8 10.8 10.8 11.2
Right, not quite as consistent as the 80s I don't think. So then, feet per second. Got an average of 548, a high of 557, a low of 543, so that's a spread of 14, standard deviation of 4. So the last on the list will be the Barracuda Silcos, and these are weighing in at 14.4 instead of 14.3 like it says on the box.
Ten point 5 10.5, 10.8, 10.7, 10.3, 10.7, 10.4, 10.7, 10.7, 10.4.
Okay, that was the last pellet in the test. 80 shots fired. Going to the feet per second then. We've got an average of 575, a high of 580, a low of 568. So that's a spread of 12, standard deviation of 3.9. I mean, power wise, they're all pretty much doing about the same. I think most efficient one is the Hades at around 11 foot-pounds. There's quite a few touching 11, but some was below. I mean, the ones that you think is going to be high, like the heavy ones, they was actually 9 foot-pounds, some of them, I think. It's like these Silcos at 14.4 grains. It's the lightest pellet. So it's averaging 10.6 foot-pound, and that's most rifles leave the factory with that sort of pellet coming out with this sort of power. So if we, it's going off now. If we go back to the Hades, power on that was averaging 11.1, so it's bang on really. So that was the Hades, 11.1. The air arms did okay as well, if I remember. Air arms. They averaged 10.8 with a high of 11.2. What about the 18 grain JSBs? What were they? I don't think these did as well as I thought they'd do actually. These came in at an average of 10.5 foot-pounds with a high of 10.7. So power wise, it's the air arms and the Hades that did the best. So I suppose I could turn the rifle with some weighed Hades, knowing that any of these other pellets aren't going to touch it. So I could tweak it up a bit, but even so I wouldn't need to do it much more. It is colder today, that might be having an effect on the cylinder, because the air arms were up on it yesterday. So I mean, if the air arms were doing, I think yesterday the air arms were averaging about 11. Today they're averaging 10.8. So 0.2 of a foot-pound down on yesterday, but that could be down to how cold it is outside now. The cylinder. But yeah, so that's the test complete. So the other tests we'll do next will be down at the range, accuracy and stuff like that. But it's definitely where it needs to be, I think. So thanks for watching, and that is Hatsan Gladius with the Robert Lane Lancet Mark 9 regulator. About 3 days worth of tuning. So we'll see you in the next video.